CTA Practice Test 2026 Clinical Trial Associate Certification Research Exam Questions and Answers. Question 1. What is the primary purpose of good clinical practice, GCP? To speed up drug approval, to protect the rights and safety of subjects and ensure data quality, to reduce the cost of trials, to help marketing departments. GCP is an international ethical and scientific quality standard. Question 2. What does TMF stand for in clinical research? Total Management File, Trial Master File, Technical Monitoring Folder, Task Management Form. The TMF contains all essential documents for a trial. Question 3. Who is responsible for maintaining the investigator site file, ISF? The sponsor, the CRO, the principal investigator, PI, the CTA. The PI is responsible for the site-level documentation. Question 4. An adverse event is defined as any untoward medical occurrence in a subject, a drug that doesn't work, a missed study visit, a mistake by the doctor. It does not necessarily have a causal relationship with the treatment. Question 5. What is the purpose of an informed consent form, ICF? To waive the subject's legal rights, to ensure the subject understands the risks and benefits before participating, to pay the subject, to protect the doctor from lawsuits. Informed consent is a fundamental ethical requirement. Question 6. A protocol is a list of trial subjects, the document that describes the objective, design, and methodology of the trial, a lab report, a financial agreement. The protocol serves as the instruction manual for the study. Question 7. Which document must be submitted to the IRB/EC for approval? The site budget, the investigator's brochure, IB, the CTA's resume, the cleaning log. The IB provides clinical and non-clinical data on the investigational product. Question 8. Alcoa Plus is a framework for subject recruitment, data integrity, site selection, drug storage. Attributable, legible, contemporaneous, original, accurate. Question 9. What is the role of an IRB/IEC? To fund the study, to review and approve the ethical aspects of the trial, to monitor the PI's salary, to design the drug label. They ensure the protection of human subjects. Question 10. A source document is the first place data is recorded, a summary report, the final publication, the protocol. Original records like medical charts or lab slips. Question 11. What does double-blind mean in a trial? The patient is blind in both eyes. Neither the subject nor the investigator knows which treatment is given. Two doctors check the patient. The study is done in 2 countries. Blinding reduces bias. Question 12. What is an investigational product, IP? A drug already on the market. A pharmaceutical form of an active ingredient or placebo being tested. A new medical device for surgery. Vitamin supplements. The substance being evaluated in the clinical trial. Question 13. Which phase of clinical trials focuses primarily on safety in a small group of healthy volunteers? Phase I, Phase II, Phase III, Phase IV. Phase I is the initial safety assessment. Question 14. The sponsor is usually the patient's family, a pharmaceutical company or institution that initiates the trial, the lead doctor, the FDA. The sponsor takes responsibility for the trial's initiation and management. Question 15. What is a monitor, CRA? A person who watches the subject sleep, An individual appointed by the sponsor to oversee trial progress and site compliance. A computer screen. A government inspector. The CRA/monitor verifies that the trial is conducted according to protocol and GCP. Question 16. What is Case Report Form CRF? A report on the doctor's performance. A tool used to collect subject data for the trial. A bill for services. A consent form. Data from source documents is transcribed into the CRF. Question 17. What is an unexpected adverse drug reaction? An effect already listed in the IB. A reaction whose nature or severity is not consistent with the IB. A reaction that happens quickly. A reaction that only happens to one person. Unlisted reactions require expedited reporting. Question 18. What is the Declaration of Helsinki? A treaty about war. A statement of ethical principles for medical research involving human subjects. A law about drug pricing. A guide for lab safety. It is a cornerstone document of human research ethics. Question 19. A protocol amendment is a correction to a typo, a written description of changes to or formal clarification of a protocol, a new drug, a subject withdrawal. Amendments must be approved by the IRB/EC. Question 20. What is the primary goal of Phase 3 trials? Safety in healthy people, dosage finding, confirming therapeutic benefit and monitoring adverse reactions in a large population, post-marketing surveillance. Phase 3 provides the definitive evidence for regulatory approval.